Hey guys, the Terminator 360 here, and here we have a set from an unreleased Ninjago season. Let me explain that a little bit better. Tommy Andreasen wrote a book called A Splinter in the Blind Man's Eye, which takes place between Season 10 and Season 11, and it's really about Lloyd's journey about dealing with trauma as he goes to the Ninjago Alpes trying to find somebody who can help him, as he's just been through his father coming back evil, and this is also the same place where he was possessed by Moro and had to fight Kai and the other ninja, which has a more trauma link to it. So what I went ahead and did here was I took one of Lego's base builds, the Christmas gift, the Black Friday gift, did heavy modifications on it, did some custom minifigures, and came to this amazing display piece which perfectly encapsulates the book. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, as in today's video we'll be taking a look at how I made this set and how I made the minifigures. The first step of the process is to take off all the pieces from the base and have this nice plain area where we have room to build, and it definitely fits the scheme of the Ninjago Alpes. More specifically, you're going to have to take off these two pieces right there from the top of the tree, as it will be vital later. Also, we're going to be using a lot of these pieces later in the MOC on different parts, so put them to the side. Part of the process is to take all the white cheese slopes off the trees, which was meant to make the snow effect. So now you can put these to the side, we won't be using them later. And now we're going to be using these to kind of build one of the smaller mountains. Here I already kind of have my base that I did off camera. We have this like really cool rock piece with many of the intricate jabs that make it look really realistic. I also have two of these triangle pieces down here, which when you measure it out connects perfectly to the main build. You'll see when we put it on. And up here we have the different connectors, which is why I told you to remove the thing. Now we're going to be using these cheese slopes to make this more of a snowy mountain in a time lapse. When I was doing this, I was worried about the mountain looking too snowy, but because of the way the piece was designed, it worked out pretty well and gave me a perfect snow effect. So the key with this part was making the slopes kind of just all over the place and random, so that you'd have different effects, like the meeting here to make a bigger triangle here meeting at the points, as well as some of the running ice effects. So now when we come to add it here, the reason why we had to remove these two was so this part up here could connect to there. So, and this part right here could also connect to there, while the triangle pieces here perfectly sync up with the edges. So when we snap that all in, you can see it just becomes a very sturdy little mountain build with this really cool effect down here. And even when you turn it to the back, it has this really cool ice cave effect with like the little water and the ice. So now let's finalize the build and then move on to the minifigures. So here is what I would say the final set. I may make some changes to accommodate the minifigures, as I have just left this entire area blank for them to have an area to stand on. So yeah, since the last time, I have added these three cheese slopes to account for different sorts of stubs. And I've added this big curved transparent blue concave piece. I believe it comes in the Lego Dimensions set, in order to kind of make a glacier effect. And in order to make it be at this curved angle, since it only attaches straight, I used a singular stud, so when you put it down, you can just rotate it as you please. I also double connected this up here. If you can remember, it was only connected by one of those little L pieces, but now it's connected by two, making it even more sturdier. What I also decided to do was add these light blue flat pieces here and here to add a different extra color contrast, since we have I don't know what color that's supposed to be, the white and the transparent blue, so I thought a different shade of blue would really add to the contrast. Back in the ice cave, I added one more of these to connect two pieces that were kind of not together, as well as one more stub. So now let's take a look at the minifigures. Lloyd is the main character of the Splinter in the Blind Man's Eye, so let's make a custom minifigure of him. We're going to need 4 minifigures for this. We're going to need Season 11 Lloyd, preferably the one with a black half mask, but if you don't have that one, get the black half mask from somewhere else, since it will also be necessary. We'll also need Island Lloyd, a Mandalorian from the Mandalorian Battle Pack, a Death Trooper, as well as a Lantern, which comes with all of the minifigures from the base set already, and a plain black arm. So here is the final Lloyd minifigure. We used the legs and torso from the Season 11 Lloyd, as well as the black arm. As you can see from the reference photo, we have that arm is definitely black. It contrasts to the brown on the body, whereas the original figure, the arm was the same color as the straps. You can see we used 2 capes. We used the sand green one from the Mandalorian battle pack, you can see right there, as well as the black pauldron. As you can see, has kind of a dual cape, scuffed up look. And I couldn't really find a dark green cape. If you know where I could find one, please let me know in the comments, but this was the best substitute for as of right now. Then we have the black mask as well as Island Lloyd's face and hair. I erased the island markings using a pencil, but of course if you can't do that, just use the regular Lloyd face. And then here we have the accessories of his sword as well as the golden lantern with the transparent yellow piece inside matching it. The second minifigure in this set is Clancy, as he did play a big role in a Splinter in the Blind Man's Eye, and this is a fairly simple minifigure. All you gotta do is literally take the Season 6 Clancy, as you can see in the reference image, it's exactly the same, and take off the green shoulder pads, the pirate shoulder pads. That's all you have to do. It's a really simple minifigure, and I think it works really well in just making it look more rigid, it looks less like a professional pirate about the shoulder pads. So here is the completed set, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was fairly simple to make, which is always a bonus as it doesn't require a lot of complicated pieces, and if you want the original set back, you can always change it. I didn't end up changing anything since we last looked at the set, since I think this empty space in front here really works, and the space I left for the minifigures was just about perfect. I ended up positioning Lloyd right in front of Clancy with his sword drawn and the lantern kind of sticking out. You can see it's a really nice, just square display, and even looking kind of visually appealing from the back, aside from this, but that was Lego's official design, not mine on this part. And the ice cave, I also think, is just a really cool detail. So I wish Lego would make official sets like this for Ninjago as little display pieces, since it has so many great moments that just don't transition well into sets. So I feel like the true potential scenes each could have their own legacy thing in this. It's just so many opportunities for like older fans who are like more into display than play to have a really cool set. And I think this was just a really nice idea, and I think they really should make something like this for the books Ninjago has, like the Dark Island trilogy, and of course what I just made, the Splinter and the Blind Man's Eye, as a way to incorporate them into the merchandising and boost them, since they really are some good stories that add to Ninjago's lore. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to hit my channel logo to subscribe, and go hit that like button down below. Click one of the other free cards on screen, I'm sure you'll enjoy it as well. Comment down below what Ninjago scene you'd like made in a display type set. Me personally, it would be the Oni battle between Lloyd and Harumi. Signing off for now, see you next time.